Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. Looking like a Bring Me the Horizon reject today. I seriously need to get this hair sorted. It's just got no style, and it only seems to get a shape when it's a little bit greasy. And I had to go to the shop earlier, so I just put talcum powder in it. And yeah, it's actually got some sort of like intriguing shape, but I look like a like a pasta emo. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so not here to self-deprecate. Nearly said self-defecate then. We are looking at a collaboration beer between Amundsen and Verdant, and this is the Space Tiger Double Dry Hopped Double IPA, clocking in at 8.5% in a 440ml can. I'll quickly read you the little bit of spiel. So another day, another collab. This time we teamed up with our friends from Verdant Brewing Co. Since we both share a huge passion for hoppy beers, we couldn't help but make it. We couldn't help but to make one. This double dry hopped double IPA is loaded with a generous 250 grams per litre dry hop, cramming it full with all the awesome hoppy goodness we all love so much. Tropical, dank and juicy, Space Tiger is enjoyed on a magic is best enjoyed. It'd help if you could read, Peter. Space Tiger is best enjoyed on a magic carpet exploring new universes. Sounds pretty damn good to me. And does it credit the artist on this? I'm not too sure. Let me have a look. Nope, it doesn't, I'm afraid. But if I source the artist's name and various deets, then I will put them in the description box because that is tremendous artwork. I love the artwork in general on the Amundsen beers. This being said, this is the only second beer that I've had from those guys. The first one was the collaboration they did with Tour and Bruz, which is essentially the same thing, but I think Bruz do their own brewing on site at the restaurant. I'd love to go to Copenhagen. No, it's not Copenhagen where they are. Is it? Oh my god, I'm a bit mashed today. Not in a drinking sense, although I've had some really nice beers throughout the day because I'm having 2 days off in a row, which is nice. I'm just not with it. Although I've got it in my head that I really want to visit Albania for a week, but I was looking because Rama Gamesh, I always forget his name, the comedian, like myself, has a bit of a lazy eye. Very dry comedian, and he's done a series where he's gone to like places that people don't tend to go to. I love those sorts of like travel documentaries and food related documentaries. And he went to Albania. I didn't, we have this idea of Albanians going off on a tangent, as I usually do. We have this idea of Albanians like street gangs and all this like really negative press, like stuck in their own ways, communist. They don't, unfortunately, in Western society, especially here in the UK, Albanians do have a bad reputation for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't understand it. And he was just going there, and like the cities. I think it's Tehran. Was it Clark? Geography is not my strong point. English is clearly not my strong point. Making sense and getting to the point is definitely not my strong point. But it's like going to like the rural parts, like the Albanian version of the Alps, and meeting like farmers and shepherds, and then getting into the city, and then like billionaires, and having all these wonderful experiences. And I was like, that sounds like a pretty damn good sort of like weekend away or short week. I was looking for flights, and it seems it's very hard to get a direct flight. And when you do, although the prices were pretty good actually for a return, it's like 300 quid, which I'd be happy to pay. But like the hotels and stuff are just a little bit too expensive, so it's like maybe at some point. But it looks like a wonderful, wonderful place to visit. Of course, you've got, the artifacts of communism looming over, and you always get constant reminders. But it looks like a really intriguing place, and Yeah, talking about travelling for some reason. Yeah, I think it's because I said I want to go to Copenhagen. But yeah, I just want to travel more in general, to be honest. And I'm in a position now where I can do that every now and then, although I've not done it. I've been back to Germany once for a few days, which was, it was cleansing of the soul. And yeah, I just want to just go places and enjoy myself. And it's all, yeah, a lot of it's thanks to beer and brewing culture, and also the world of food. I mean, I want to go to Italy, specifically Sicily, because of the pizza show from Vice, and I'm like watching these programs, and it's because of like food and culture that I want to visit cities. I love city breaks. Anyway, waffling on. Apologies to anyone watching this, but yeah, phenomenal artwork of the old space tiger there. Not sure if there's any sort of mythical uh, meaning behind this. It's almost got sort of Japanese look to it in terms of the style. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful can label. Waffling on, as I usually do. So, should we get the beer open, Peter? Because you've been on it for 6 minutes already. So, there we go. Oh, yoy. Now, if you ever saw a more generous pour, then, yeah, that is, it's like, it was just about covering. I mean, I can't tilt it because it'll go everywhere. Look at that. It's filled right to the top. How very generous. I do appreciate that. It's always appreciated. Anyway, it's probably going to spill a little bit as I pour it, but oh well. And yeah, that just looks lumpy. Anyway, there we go. Not too bad. But yeah, that is a very generous fill. And oh my god, this is just smelling like orange juice already. I can't remember when this was bottled on. I'll have a look in a short while. Just look how vibrant that is. Oh man, this is lovely. Might as well get it all in there. Money shot. And there we go. That's almost an Iceman pour. Hate Iceman pours. Well, they look good, but you know for a fact that they're like all backlit, they're really set up. It's like when, same thing when fast food companies photograph their food. You know, it's all layered and then they spray it with water to give it shine. And yeah, anyway, just look at that. Oh my word, that looks absolutely wonderful. That is peach yogurt, peach melba. It's got like innocent smoothie look to it. Vibrant, it's pale, haze for days, twerk for Merc. If anybody wants to twerk for Merc, you can have that one. Unclear for years, you name it. That is probably one of the most dense looking, oh, I was looking at myself then. Humour. This is probably one of the thickest and most dense looking double IPAs that I've seen in this style. And it looks fantastic, and let's see if I can swirl it around without spilling any. Yeah, it's breakfast juice. It's actual breakfast juice. All about the citrus, all about the tropical tones. Yeah, the usual suspects. You can list them off here: mango, papaya, peach, a little bit of blood orange, a little bit of pink grapefruit. I'd imagine this is what a Tangelo would smell like, Joe. Huh? Joe? Huh? But it smells lovely. It's not like really pungent, it's quite gentle, it's subdued, but it's not a tame sort of fruitiness from those hops. And I'm talking absolute bollocks right now, I do know that. Does it actually have a canned on date on the can? Anywhere? I don't know, I can't see anything. It doesn't say it on the bottom. It might say it on the ring pull. No, it doesn't. So I'm not too sure when this was brewed. But I'm sure the Untapped link will let you guys know if you're into your reading. But yeah, smells fantastic, looks wonderful. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Cheers, guys. made a slight queef sound as that was going down then. Let's have another sip. Well, the body is almost like slightly diluted Innocence movie. Not gonna lie, there's a bit of greenness in there. No real hop burn per se, but it's leaving like a weird sensation on the tongue as it's coating the inside of your mouth. It's got a nice bit of chewiness there. A lovely bitterness. A really nice bitterness. I've really come to reappreciate the bitterness in IPAs. To the point where it's like one of my favourite parts of an IPA now. And I've said this every time I've brought this point up, so yeah. Keep playing that record, Peter. Keep playing those hits. Oh, Jesus. But I love these fruity IPAs. I love these gentle, like mango beer, essentially mango beer, like New England style IPAs. But every now and then, I like to be reminded that I'm drinking a beer, and this is doing that. Both with that sort of like slight greenness, but also with the bitterness. And it's lovely, and it's almost like making you salivate as you're drinking it. It's got loads of herbal qualities to it. Like there's like this sort of like spicy rocket character, but then it's mixed with a bit of parsley and a bit of fresh mint. Then you get this very subtle mango flavour, a shed load of grapefruits, a shed load of like orangey citrus notes. Not too sweet either. There's a very subtle, almost like a very gentle sprinkling of sugar on like the rim of the grapefruit. Sprinkle on the rim. But yeah, this is it's definitely dank, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. The more I'm drinking it, the more I'm really enjoying it. And at 8.5%, it's letting you know it's an 8.5% without having to rely on like the alcohol or warmth, because it's got that dank edge, which it might be a bit too dank for some people, it might be a bit too green for some people. I think this is lovely. It's not vibrant, it's not anything like that, it's not, you know, like it's not like drinking a fruity cloud or anything like that. You're not going to be really indulged by fruitiness and vibrancy, but the hops are still executed beautifully in this beer. And I really, really like this one. It's that like burst of citrus as it first goes in. That's lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely stuff. You know, that's. I think I think I've had two beers from Amundsen before this one. But I definitely remember the session IPA that they did with Tool and Bruz, and that was lovely. That was one of the best session strength IPAs of its kind. This, you've got that Verdant like trademark, because they are just knocking it out the park with these hazy IPAs and DDH, BBC, whatever. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a wonderful collaboration, and I get the feeling this is one of those beers that might just about slip under the radar, because especially with a collaboration, you sort of like, because it's a collaborative effort, you kind of build it up thinking this is going to be really special, because two people or two groups of people came together, both with the same passion, both really good at what they do. And you do sometimes get underwhelmed, but this is lovely. This is absolutely wonderful. If this was just in a Verdant can, Like, with just their name on it, this would be getting praise to high heaven. But I've really not seen too much of this on social media, and I don't know why, because this is absolutely wonderful. It's just look at the colour. It's amazing that that's hops, and that's like the malt build that have created this. It's like there's a light inside the beer. It astounds me. It really does. And then it gets a little bit whiter on the shaft. So it's got almost like it's like a bit of yogurt's been mixed in with like the fruit compote, mango fruit compote or something. It's wonderful. You'd be able to see this in the dark. It's that vibrant. Yeah, this is lovely. I can't fault it. That greenness in there. Yeah, if I left it for a few weeks, it might have died down slightly. But because there's not too much of like a vibrant fruity flavour, then I think that would work against it. So I think you need that because it's a double IPA. You know, it's double dry hopped. It's been aggressively double dry hopped by the sounds of it. So it's not going to be like an easy drinking. That being said, it's so deceptively drinkable. It really is. Yeah. It started off as like, yeah, it's okay, but the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm taking into consideration what it is stylistically. I think this is one of the unsung heroes of 2018, to be honest. And that's a bold claim to make, because just look at how many beers like this that are being produced on a weekly basis, not just domestically, but internationally. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I had a Cloudwater beer the other day. Well, actually, yesterday I had the Cloudwater double dry hopped Citra Pale, one of them anyway, and Sharks. It's right there and I can't read it. Even Sharks Need Water, which obviously by Verdant, they were okay. But in the grand scheme of things and in the beery landscape right now, sort of fell, you know, a little bit to the wayside. And they're two of the breweries, not giving the two fingers by the way, they're two of the breweries who really are knocking it out of the park. Verdant especially with this style of beer. And yeah, like I was saying, if it was just a Verdant beer, then I could guarantee you that Instagram would be lit up. The forums on Facebook would be lit up. I mean, don't get me wrong, I reckon there will be loads of people praising the shit out of this beer, and it's rightly deserved. And I think it's wonderful. It's a 10 out of 10 beer for me. It really is. Because it's something familiar, but different at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't just blend in, it's got its own like characteristics and uniqueness, which I really appreciate. And I realise that I've gone on for nearly 20 minutes, but I think when you drink a beer like this and you've got something to say about it, say it. I know people say, oh, you like watching 6 minutes on like a beer review. It's like, well, okay, you don't have to watch. But I don't get to talk about beer like this much, even if you are technically just a camera on a phone. But no, seriously, this is lovely stuff. So of course, if you've tried it, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Are you a fan of either brewery? Any recommendations from both breweries? Always greatly received, and I'll do my best to try and get a bottle, or can in this case. Check out both breweries down below. Check out my Haste for Days playlist. Of course, if any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, then the links will be included down below as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me for nearly 20 minutes. And it's greatly appreciated. I'm loving the love that I'm getting on this channel and this beery journey. And when I get to share lovely beers like this with you guys, that's what makes it that much more satisfying. So I think that's why you put up with me. It's not because of my wit or my personality, obviously, but it's either my attractiveness or we'll just leave it there. Thank you for watching. Big shout out to John from Northern Beer Temple. Picked up from Northern Beer Temple, of course. Great bottle shop in Wigan. I did a really lovely haul yesterday. Drank a bit too much of that haul already for my own liking, but the beers have been good. And great shop. If you're ever in Wigan, check him out. Great guy, and always up for a chat. And then, you know, I went in there, as I usually do, thinking, oh, I'll just get a few beers and then have a little chat and then leave. And it was about 40 to 50 minutes later, and the shop had already closed. So he was just talking about beer, not even had the chance to, like, you know, get the takings documented for the day. But yeah, I like that a lot, and I think we need a lot more of that. So definitely, if you're ever in Wigan and you want your beery fix, check out Northern Beer Temple. Great range, great prices, and of course John is an absolute legend, and yeah, fantastic stuff. Anyway, 21 minutes, lovely stuff. Thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully see you in maybe a 2-minute shorter video next time. Who knows? Could be 40 minutes, could be 5. It's a clueless drinker. That means absolutely nothing. See you guys later.